there is fight news. Great fight news. Calvin Teixeira is finally climbing the heavyweight rankings.
True. It's true.
Finally, this is what we need. This is what heavyweight needs.
I'll save my take for the podcast, but we'll
All
see.
right, all right. How do we want to get into it?
Intro. What else we talking about? Do we have any agenda items?
I didn't put anything on paper.
I think we just got the two fight nights. The one in England and then the one this past weekend in Mexico City.
Yeah, I want to pull
Um,
those up.
There's one this Saturday with Josh Emmett, but I haven't really looked at the card. So
Yeah, Moreno Usyk. That was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a lot of wins for the Mexican fighters, which I'm sure the crowd was really happy with.
Literally all but one of them won, or all but two of them.
Good night for Mexico. Shout out Mexico.
They got to show out for the family. Right now, how embarrassing it is to like lose in your home country.
yeah,
You
it's
got
kind of wild,
everybody out there,
Yeah,
like
you can't fight there anymore.
literally.
especially because or when it comes to American fighters. I mean, obviously the UFC is an American brand. So I mean, there's more opportunities to fight in the U.S. But like
Yeah,
you said, when it comes to like when they go to other countries like Mexico or England, and if you happen to lose in front of your home crowd,
it's over, bro.
like Parker said, you can't fight there anymore. So
Can't go
You
back.
cannot.
You are banned. But yeah, word. Well, we can go ahead and get into it. Um, welcome back, guys, to the podcast. This is episode 4 of the good, bad, and the very bad. My name is Parker. I got my friends Adam and Adrian here. We got a lot to talk about since last episode. Do we want to start off with the fight nights?
I say so. We could probably start with Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. That was, I guess, that was 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh, just about, yeah.
But yeah, so
I
it's been
think like I'll start with the hot take here, or not even a hot take. Leon Edwards doesn't have heart of a champion. Like genuinely, I think it was Dean Thomas that was tweeting about this. He was saying that Leon has the build, the skills, everything you want as a champion besides the heart. And as we see him fight, like after losing his belt, it's just like that becomes more and more clear that he's just not that guy. It's like he won the belt, and I wouldn't say on a fluke because like he was practicing that kick, but like got
Nah,
pretty
it's-
lucky.
nah. I'm gonna be honest. That was a fluke win when he beat
Oh,
Belal.
just got pretty lucky.
You got it was a lucky kick. Like I like that's kind of a hot take, but yeah, I feel like yeah, kind of what you were saying. Leon really just doesn't have it. I feel like ever since he won the belt, I mean, other than the third fight with Usman, which he won pretty handedly. I think that was a decision, wasn't it? The third fight with Usman.
Yeah, the
That was.
rematch.
Other than that, he's kind of just been coasting because he's been fighting. I mean, he fought Colby, who he was way farther along in skill than, so it was easy for him. Um, and then was that like the fight before this one? I feel like I mean Leon doesn't really fight too often, so I can't remember.
He doesn't.
it's
But
I feel like the two highlights. I mean, it was definitely the kick. The decision was a little surprising. I think Usman was still the favorite when they fought. And then he beat Kobe. I mean, they had that little rivalry, I guess.
mhm.
But I know Kobe was just trash talking, mentioned his dad, and so I feel like that was definitely a good win for Leon as well.
Yeah,
Like since then, it's kind of like I feel like that was Leon at his peak was when he fought Kobe, and since then he's gotten ragdolled by both what's his name? Uh,
Sean Brady and yeah,
there
there
we
was
go.
another guy. What was his
The
Yeah,
name?
other
what's
guy,
his
what
name?
was his name? But yeah, Bilal and then Sean Brady. I mean, both of them. I mean, handled Leon pretty well. And this last one, I mean, going back to the home crowd, Leon losing in England. So
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I think
not a good look.
props to Sean Brady though. He did go out and perform, dominated him. I think
and
people were
that's
saying,
why I knew we
"Ah,
were gonna
yeah,
talk Sean Brady. So I had to wear the
Oh
champions
yeah,
hat.
there you go.
Go Birds is what he
can't
Go.
say shit
said.
about it." They won.
So
Like
It always comes back to the birds with this guy.
that's what I'm saying.
But no,
Hey. It always comes full circle.
This is the one instance where it makes sense because Sean Brady fucks with the Eagles. But yeah, good performance from him. Leon Edwards is officially washed. We'll never see him get the belt, probably ever again. Um, and that's that. Uh, Co-main was Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. I personally thought it was kind of a robbery. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I think
Carlos beat his ass. Like that, I think we saw a different fight. Like throughout those 3 rounds, Carlos really put it on. That's all I got to say about it.
I
But
may have to rewatch, is all I'm saying. But I felt it could have gone either way, and I felt I leaned more towards Jan. Um, and I know a lot of people were as well. I think that's why it's kind of a discussion, is because Jan was the favorite. He's kind of a fan favorite, especially in this fight.
hmm
Um, so I mean, it's debatable for sure. But for Carlos Ulberg, it's a good win for him, former champion. Yeah, he's a good for him. Good win for him.
it's
yeah, I think
definitely
this like had Jan won, he's next in line for the title shot, and he probably beats Ankalaev. So that was an insane robbery. Like I do agree, it was a robbery. Jan should have won that fight, but it kind of takes him out the title picture. Now it's like, what's next? I feel he hasn't won any fights recently,
Uh-huh.
and so it's just like his career definitely getting older, not really in the title picture. What's he gonna do?
yeah, like you were saying. I know he's is he 42, 41?
He's old.
'Cause I mean, it had been a bit
Been
since he
older
had
one.
fought Jan was, and to kind of agree with you both. I mean, I thought he had won. Uh, like Parker said, for Oberg, it's a good name to have on the record, former champ. And like Parker also said, I mean, he's a fan favorite. I mean, I was almost more excited to watch the co-main than the main event, just because Jan was going to be a part of it. Um, so it definitely sucks seeing him lose again and him getting older, like Adam said. Yeah, it seems less likely to for him to get a title shot now, or to get the title, I guess, and like from now on.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know where he goes, to be honest. That was kind of his ticket back into the title picture. And so maybe he'll just kind of, maybe he'll hang out in the lower rankings of light heavyweight. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it might be time for him to pack it up.
I don't know. I don't know about
He's
packing
old.
it
I'm
up
thinking about his age right now. Like he's an old dude.
because he still look good for being 42. I think he's
Hmm.
42. Is he 42?
Could you
Yeah,
imagine fighting at 42, dog?
that's
Is he
what
40
I'm
or
thinking.
42?
Like if I was in his shoes, I'm like I'm 42 years old. Like, is there a
He's
shot?
really 42. What
Is he
the?
42?
Am I getting a shot at the title? I'm an old dude. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, if I was
Yeah,
Jan
no, I
Blachowicz,
understand. Yeah, I just know he,
um,
and I mean, it might be me being a fan too, where it's like, yeah, he looked good.
uh-huh,
Um, which I feel like he has 2 more fights, maybe 2 more. Um,
uh-huh,
I mean, title shots definitely, I feel like very unlikely now. Um,
uh-huh.
but yeah, I feel like he's still got another good 1 or 2 good fights in him. So,
I mean, anything is possible. Like, I think Glover won the belt when he was 40, if I remember.
yeah,
And
he was
so then
47.
defended it. I think he lost to, what was it? Yuri? That was a crazy fight.
Should have won that one too.
But yeah, like, he gave up a gear, got submitted as a
I
BJJ
remember that.
specialist. So that's on him. But he wins two
Yeah,
more. He's back in the title picture and probably retires. But yeah.
yeah. We'll have to see what happens.
hmm
Um, so for the third main, or not for the third fight, Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. People are turning on Kevin Holland right now. I personally am still a fan of him. He trains out of Fort Worth. I kind of am half and half from Tulsa and Fort Worth because I've lived fucking half of my life in Texas. So I gotta rep Kevin Holland. I'm sorry, guys. Except I'm not. So but it was good to see him come back after a couple losses, and he knocked down Gunnar Nelson in the first round, and I was like, oh shit, Kevin Holland title run starts now. No, it doesn't, but like it was a good kind of comeback fight for him. I enjoyed it.
I mean, they got performance of the night. Incredibly deserved. Like, I think he's still what at welterweight. He's got to stick there. He'll look up a good success. I wish he was championship material, but he's simply not. But it was a good fight. So
It's kind of a similar instance to Leon Edwards, where it's like he just doesn't have the drive. He's got a lot of the skill set. He's got I mean, he's lanky as hell. He's got a great build. Like he could definitely do some. I think he could definitely be a really. Um, I think he could definitely be a serious contender for the title if he like focused up. But I mean, I don't think he will. I don't think that's a problem. He's entertaining, but
I
if
feel
I
like it's the opposite. Like he has this like the heart to be a champion, but the skills are mostly lacking when I watch him fight. It's like there's simple mistakes in his ground game and everything that we see, but he definitely has the focus or the drive. Maybe not the focus, but that's the drive for sure.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't mean to say he's as skilled as Leon Edwards, but I know he's also talked about like how he's actively talked about like how being a champion sucks and how he just like enjoys the fight game. Like he's not trying to become a champion, so that's where I kind of pull that from.
Yeah, he's just there for entertainment purposes, I guess. Um, like when I think of Kevin Holland, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna tune in to whatever fight he's in. But I never think of Kevin Holland and champion in that same mindset, in that same thought. I'm
Mhm.
like, Kevin Holland's not gonna be a champ. Uh, but am I gonna watch his fight? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there watching his fight and rooting for him.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I don't think of Kevin Holland and champion in the same sentence. So,
yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
But good fight, performance of the night, like Adam said, well deserved. Um, let's see what else do we got here. Um, I mean, do we want to talk about the other ones, or do we? I mean, we got a lot to talk about, so.
Let me let me bring one more thing up, which is the fight before the Kevin Holland one, which
Mhm.
featured Molly McCann and Alexis Lynara.
Molly
Uh,
McGoat, bro. She went out on her shield. Let's go. That's the best female fighter of all time, bro.
I yeah, so that was her retirement fight, I guess. I feel like I knew it was coming. I called it before the fight. I was like, or after the fight had ended, I said Molly should retire, and so I feel like I called it. Um,
Purely hating, by the way. But
I don't know. Every time I think it started with the first fight I ever bet on her, and she lost me a parlay. And I remember seeing that fight, and I was like, she was
Never
the
betting
favorite.
on her again.
She was the favorite, and I was like, I don't know, she was the favorite. Like she got dominated in whatever fight it was. And since
Mhm.
then, I've seen some of her fights, and I'm like, how is she in the UFC? Like
I gotta say, that was a bad bet. Like, yes,
she
she
always
was the favorite,
underperformed.
but if you had seen her fight before, you knew like she only got those like spinning back elbow finishes out of desperation. Like she
Yeah, so
was
I
just
hadn't
like
seen it. I
fighting for her
hadn't.
life in the octagon at that point.
That's right. So I hadn't seen it, and since that fight, though, I was like, yeah, I don't know if she's in the UFC because she was popular when she was in England. I feel like she only fought in England. Um, and to seeing her retired, I mean, it kind of made sense for me because I mean, um, she was just fighting these other fighters, and she just wasn't looking good. So I just had to bring it up. I had to bring it up.
That's that. Round one submission.
Yeah,
Um, any
in front of
other?
the home crowd.
Yeah, it's tough. Fucking Kuta Delidze lost with both Ilya and Chimaev in his corner, which
Oh
is
yeah, shit.
I feel like there's got to be like I don't know if it would be a curse, but there's got to be something to like having a famous fighter in your corner and like that causing you to lose the fight. Because it doesn't always happen, but I feel like it happens enough times to where like I'm starting to notice it.
I just feel like
Mm.
your corner doesn't really matter. If you don't have the skills to win a fight, you're not gonna win that fight.
Well,
Like they can tell you whatever. If
it's
you
a
can't execute on it, you're done.
it's a superstition thing. I'm not being serious, but like it's kind of it's awkward. It's a little awkward.
I feel like it adds more pressure to the fighter when you're coming out and you got Ilya on your left and you got Kamza on
Yeah,
your right. I
yeah.
feel
Maybe
like
you try to overperform. Maybe.
I feel like you're doing it to yourself by by getting these people to be in your corner. You're kind of putting that pressure on you. And so whenever you do lose, like this one guy did, everyone's making you a meme because you had the ultimate team, you had the ultimate corner, and you end up losing.
Yeah,
So I feel like you do it to yourself.
I think that's
So
a solid argument. I think that's a solid answer for that. But we
Yeah.
can move on to the Moreno versus Erceg card. Um,
Hmm.
Again, like you were saying, Adam, great. It's a great card. Um, Most of the Mexican fighters won, so good night for Mexico. Um, Brandon Moreno defeats Steve Erceg. Most people were thinking that was going to happen. Um, let's see. Oh,
I think my biggest surprise from this card was Drew Dober getting knocked out. Like
Mm.
seeing that shit, I was like, wait a minute, this dude is known for having like the crimson chin. Anytime you see him, he's just like just the bulkiest chin you've ever seen. Him getting knocked out in the first round, I was really surprised by. Like, that shit took me back. But,
That's fair. That's fair. Especially like you said in the first round. I mean, I felt like that was gonna go like maybe into the third round, but it was gonna keep going back and forth between the two. Um, like you said, he got knocked out, and then I mean it was a pretty bad knockout because I don't know if you saw afterwards. He he was still
oh
thinking the
yeah,
fight was still
oh
going
yeah.
on. He was like, "Ref, get out of the way!" And the ref's like,
You're like
"Nah,
it's
man, you
over.
just got knocked out. It's over."
Yeah, that was yeah, that threw me back a little bit when he was trying to stand up and then keep fighting.
Yeah, it was a little
Um,
tough to watch.
Fucking Raul Rosas Jr., Mr. Chiwiwis.
chee wee wee,
Hell yeah. Say it again.
chee wee wee. Shit was funny as hell. But I think
That's
they're positioning Rosas Jr. to be a star, trying to get him some cans. But him and Bo Nickel in the same boat, but I actually like Raul Rosas Jr. here. So hopefully he keeps winning. Can be the youngest champion in the division or ever.
that's what I'm saying. Like people are
Yeah.
calling him overrated. He's got 7 fights in the UFC. He's 20 years old. Like I don't that's unheard of, dude. He's got 7 fights, 6 wins. A lot of them are finishes too. Like
Hmm.
20 years old, bro. Like I feel like we got a future. Maybe not as fast as the USC's trying to push it, but we might have a future star on our hands or a future champion on our hands. So,
Yeah, I mean that's
Raul
what.
Sauce.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're trying to do. Like Adam said, is they're definitely paving the way. I mean, has he fought a ranked fighter? Was not yet, right? He hasn't fought one yet. His last
Mm-mm.
one wasn't one, I guess. Um, but the thing with that, like Adam said too, is he's fighting a bunch of cans too. So I really want to see when he fights someone um
Mm-mm.
who has a bigger name, or at least a name that people recognize. I definitely want to see that to see how he actually does against someone that's not a complete can. Uh,
Throw him in with Sanhagen. Corey Sanhagen, Raul Rosas Jr. Book it right now.
What?
Kill that man. Let's
What?
see. Let's test him.
a
Let's see what
month from
happens. Short notice. Yeah.
yeah, on
So
314 actually. Uh, so
that's a
so I don't, I'm
prelim.
like I'm not completely sold on the guy yet. I mean, like I said, he has a potential there, but until I
Uh-huh.
see him fight someone that's like closer to the ranked or maybe like 15, 14 ranked, then I feel like people are going to be able to kind of see more of what he has to offer. And no disrespect, I mean, he's still pretty young too, so he has a lot of time to learn. So I feel like he's definitely going to keep learning, and he already
Uh-huh.
has a bunch of skill. Um, I'd just like to see him against someone that's actually. I feel like the MMA community actually knows the name. Yeah,
I think
great
he'll
win.
take like if he were to become champion, he definitely will be the youngest champion the UFC has ever seen. I feel like that's just like a record that's just not gonna be broken anytime soon. But he's
Hmm.
taking like Charles Oliveira's path to becoming champion. If he were to win the belt eventually, I don't see it being like in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I agree with you. Good wins though. I mean, he's definitely he's not a face of the UFC. Um, I don't know how you would describe him because he's not at the top yet, but he's a star. I mean, I guess that's what you could say.
Yeah, he's getting pushed for sure. I'm excited to see where he goes. I mean, again, I feel like his age is a huge thing for me. Like the fact that he's
Hmm.
only 20, he's got the resume that he does. Um, Even if the people he's fighting aren't necessarily high level fighters, to do what he's done at 20, I think is very, very it's worth. keep an eye on for sure. And most people are, that's why he's kind of gaining more popularity.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, good for him. Excited to see where he goes. Um,
What an let's go to Rodriguez versus Borjas, which was the first card on the on the main card.
Mhm.
I'd like to state my bad of the fight card. I think I texted the chat that night. I was like, "Let me do the bad. Let me do the bad."
Yeah,
And so here it goes. So you got Rodriguez, who comes out with Julio Cesar Chavez, which is one of the goats of like Mexican boxing. I guess just boxing. I mean, that name's so known. You have him in your corner, or he walks out with you, I guess, and then you kind of end up getting getting destroyed. I think all three judges had it 30-27. So for him to come out in Mexico City, with probably the greatest or second greatest Mexican boxer, and to get dominated in 3 rounds, three 30-27s, I mean, that is such a bad look. I mean, just coming out with this goat, and then you just getting dominated. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that.
He must have
And
spent too much time trying to coordinate getting that boxer to walk out with him and actually training. That takes
I'm
away from
like,
the focus. Got his ass beat, but it be what it be. It's like the Drake curse. You can't have anyone too famous with you when you're walking out.
true. It's true. And so I
that's
felt like
fine, man.
that was definitely my bad. I was like, yeah, I definitely got to mention it on the podcast this week. Um, yeah, just not a good showing for Rodriguez. So
Yeah, good win for Fusi too. He was landing a lot of right hands. Um,
he was good. He did good.
and he said what?
He did good. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
looked
did.
pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Any fights on the? Oh yeah, fucking the middleweight who made his debut, Gutierrez. He looked really good. Round one KO, definitely worth watching.
Yeah, no, that was an exciting fight. Like that first round, it was just a banger. Like shit, a great debut.
Jose,
People don't
Jose,
be winning their debuts.
Jose
But
Medina. He said, bring it on. Boom.
Yeah,
KO.
fuck out. But
and with and
Uh,
with that fight, like throughout the fight, the commentary was like, he's so tough. And I think we talked about it, like maybe there in the first episode, where it's like it's not always good being described as tough, because most of the times it means you're getting beat up. I think Adam mentioned it. And so
it's the worst
I
thing.
felt like
Like
the commentators were just building it up to get to him getting knocked out, where it's like he's so tough and he's gonna fight till the end, and
mhm.
then wham, he gets knocked out. So I feel like the commentators were just building that knockout up. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a good showing for him. He's definitely someone to watch.
Give him
Uh,
Izzy next.
they should honestly.
please let Izzy get a win. Like let it be his retirement fight. Let him go out with a win. By any, I don't care who he fights. Throw him in there with like Ronda Rousey or some shit. Like, please let him go out with a win. But
And I don't even think he beats who Gautier fought. I don't even think he beats Jose Medina nowadays.
who knows? But
He could come back.
Uh,
Anyway, sore subject. Um, so for next fight night, Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. I don't know a ton about Lerone Murphy, but I see that he is currently technically undefeated.
he's a
Um,
favorite heavy too. 325.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
forgot
he's
Um,
who
like a
he
solid fighter.
was.
I might have. Yeah, I remember him. Okay, he fought Iga on short notice. Beat
Oh,
Barboza. I'm telling it. Caballo. He's about to beat some legends in the division. Damn. Yeah, he might be. He's legit. Shit.
yeah, I remember seeing his last performance, and I was like, yeah, he's pretty good. He was training. He trains with what's his name? The guy we just mentioned. How do you say his last name? The middleweight.
Gutierrez.
Yeah, there we go. He trains with him. But yeah, that's this week, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah, I remember
surprised.
seeing Josh Emmett. He was tweeting about. He said, "Bet the house." Tweeting about his own odds. He was like the underdog, pretty heavy. And so now I'm thinking, if I bet the house and he loses, is he gonna buy me a new house? Like, what are we doing? Like, if he's that confident, fuck it. But
Bet the
I think
house.
Lerone might got him beat.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Murphy, just from his last performance. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm leaning Murphy for sure.
We will see how it goes. It looks like there's a couple guys making their debut. There's a flyweight,
Hmm.
Louis Arul, and there's a middleweight, Torres Finney, that are both 10 and 0, so undefeated. Should be interesting.
Yeah, you got a
It's a real ass fight night. Like, truly no other way to call this card but a fight night.
yeah.
Because who the hell is the co-main? I apologize, I haven't heard of Pat Sabatini or Joanne
I do.
Brito, but who the fuck are they? I bet they'll be swinging crazy just because they're featherweights, but we'll see.
Who are they?
Like, there's no name power there. Like,
You
the
know,
only
it's
fighter I
okay.
immediately recognized is like Brad Tavares, and that's only because he got knocked out by Izzy when Izzy
Hmm.
was on his like run up. And Gerald Mishrat, he just gets beat in every fight.
Hmm. I guess you I guess you got four zeros on the line. How many do you think keep the zero? I say
On a fight night, probably all four.
you think
Like,
so?
undefeated fighters staying undefeated until they get like in the upper rankings and everything. But
I say two. Two keep their zero and two lose that zero. So
I'm gonna say all four of them keep it as well.
all right, all right.
I've been kind of peeping some of these undefeated fighters.
See, I don't know any of them. I'm just saying a number out of I'm just saying two. 'Cause like Adam
Yeah,
said, I mean there's
like good
there's
analysis.
there's no names on there that I know.
no, that's real. Um, Word. So after that, we have main event, UFC 314,
Yeah, we got
Volkanovski
a
Lopez.
we got some names that we actually know.
Well, you know, you would hope so because it's a main event. Um, but yeah,
Who
great main event, great co-main. Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva is going to be exciting. Patricio Pitbull's making his debut.
hmm
Dominic Reyes is on that card. Um, Dan Ige is on that card. Um, Yan Zhao Nan, I think that's how you pronounce it. She fought against Wei Li. She fought against, I think. Um,
Hmm.
and Chase Hooper is also on that card. So got some interesting names, some good names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's actually a great card. Like top to bottom, really. Treeson Gore, I know he was like on the contender series. He was pretty solid.
Hmm.
Cedric Dumas is always a guy I'm excited to watch. He's just stand up dude, brings the energy.
hmm
Man, Jim Miller gotta retire. Bro's been fighting way too fucking much.
He has, he has.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
see Patty get knocked out in the first round by Michael Chandler. We're praying
I
for
don't
that.
know, bro. I don't know if it's gonna
For a
happen,
knockout, you're
man. I
saying?
don't know.
We are praying.
I don't know, bro.
Like
Maybe if hey, you know what, if Michael loses, he'll finally get out of the top five. No, he's not. He's not in the top five.
he's seventh right now.
Maybe
Get
he'll
him out
get
the
Yeah.
division though. Retire him because you shouldn't
He's
lose a Patty
38.
fight.
Yeah, he's
goddamn,
38
bro.
too, so
He's an oldie man.
yeah.
Patty is the favorite though, just slightly, but like, yeah. I'm also excited for Gene Silva to beat Bryce Mitchell's ass with the power of knowledge and
Yeah,
common sense. He's gonna win that fight.
The power.
that'll be an entertaining one. I am actually genuinely excited because both of those guys are really good uh, featherweights. So I'm excited for that fight.
I think I think the fighting nerds keep the streak going. Was Carlos Prates was he supposed to fight on 314? Right?
Yeah,
And
he was
then
supposed to
then
fight.
it got canceled, right?
Yeah,
So
he
I
was
think
supposed to fight Jeff Neal.
I
yeah, there
love
we
the activity from the fighting nerds. Like, I feel like there's one always fighting on like a pay per view or something. Fuck with that.
yeah.
But yeah.
No, they're it's fun to watch them. I think he keeps the streak going. I think it would have been two if Prates had stayed on there. But yeah, I think Gene should be able to hold it down for the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah.
What about the main event though? Who do we got?
I come from a land down under. He takes
Diego
it,
Lopez
I
looks
like
pretty
it. I
good.
like it.
bro.
Diego Lopez looks pretty.
Volk
Here's
literally like
here's what
I
I'm.
remember he did like an interview talking about his championship reign and how he feels like no one can beat him. You can only catch him
No,
besides Islam.
here's what I'm
But
saying.
he got caught by Ilya, beat Max Holloway 3 times, almost beat Islam in that first fight, then got caught with the head kick in the second one. Like no one beats him. Like he has a skill set that no one's beating. So it's that's just like we're seeing that again. He's gonna go out and dominate.
Is your
Unless Diego
dog
Lopez
okay?
catches him. Which I don't see happen, especially after he just got knocked out. He's gonna be real cautious.
So here's
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm saying,
true.
right? Here's what
I
I'm
uh,
saying.
I think Volk
So
wins. Uh, and I think that's part of me being a fan as well. But he definitely has the more experience, especially in those championship rounds, um, and all these high level fighters that he's fought. Um, I feel like Diego, he's really good, and I could definitely see him being a champion at some point in his career. Uh, I just don't think it's 2 weeks from now, or I guess a week and a half or so from now. I don't think it's his time yet. Um,
9 days.
but if he wins, if he were able to pull it off, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like a lot of people like him too, including me. I think he's a great guy, great fighter. I think Volk takes it. I think that experience would just be a bit too much for Diego.
Adrian, I was talking to you about this. How a lot of people are very, very confident that Volkanovski is going to get the belt back, and it's making me a little antsy how confident everybody is in that opinion. Because I'm like, can we knock on wood a little bit, please? Because let's not count out Diego Lopez here. All right, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
No,
no,
no
that's
one's counting Diego Lopez out. Like the odds, like Volk's only like a minus 150 favorite.
Uh-huh.
Diego's like plus 124. Like it's gonna be a close fight. I don't expect it to be a domination, but I do expect Volk to win. Like just with the championship experience he's had before, knowing what it takes to win a 5 round fight over and over and over again. Like to me, he epitomizes the heart of a champion. Like seeing him in that guillotine against Brian Ortega, I was rooting for Ortega in that fight, and so when he escaped that shit and then kept beating his ass, I was like, hey, bro, that's a fucking champion right there. Like no one's gonna beat that man unless you catch him.
yeah. No, yeah, to kind of agree with Adam here is I don't think anyone's counting him out. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Diego was able to pull it off. I mean, because I know he's really good. Um, just to reiterate, I mean, I feel like Volk just has that experience and he has that skill set that it's very hard to beat unless, like Adam said, unless you kind of catch him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Did we watch that fight when Bo got caught with the head kick together? Because that shit was actually sad. Like
Which one?
thinking back on it, like when Islam caught Volk with the head kick.
Oh, in their second
I don't
fight.
think we saw it.
Yeah,
I think it was in this. Was it during the summer?
what was it like?
Because I
I
don't
wouldn't
recall
remember. I
seeing that
remember
one
we.
with
I
you.
That was in
remember.
October. I think we watched it together. October 21st,
Have you watched it?
2023. Yeah. If it was during the semester, we had to. 294.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that was depressing. Like actually, like the way it ended kind of abruptly like that. I was like, damn.
That
Because
just
I'm
because
happy I'm
of that
still bucking.
result.
Well, now because we know like Volk wasn't really doing well around that time either, so it's just we don't like to look back on that fight.
Bro, it was 3 minutes in the. I didn't. I thought it was the second round. It was 3 minutes into the first round. He got knocked
Very
out.
strong.
Damn.
Well, that's why I couldn't
You know,
remember
Islam.
because that whole fight card, I just kind of I don't like what fight
Sheesh.
card, like what fight card. I don't remember.
No,
What
I
head
was
kick?
actually
What head
rooting.
kick?
Damn.
It's tough, bro.
But
That
it
was
was
tough
tough to
stuff.
watch for sure. But it was what? It was 2 weeks notice, a week notice or something.
Yeah, it was real short notice.
So
Who got pulled out? Was it?
Oliveira.
Yeah.
I won't I'll give him some slack for taking it 2 weeks notice against someone that's so high level as Islam. If it
Nah,
was
he was
against a
talking that
fan,
crazy talk leading up to it. He was like, "Yeah, I know it's only 2 weeks, but I'm ready. I've been itching to get back in there." 3 minutes later, he's out of there. But, but shit, he got it this time though. I believe.
yeah. Yeah.
it seems like he's back to form. So we will. He's had some time to kind of do his thing. He was on an interview with Mighty Mouse. I can't remember what
Uh-huh.
exactly he said, but he was like, I had to take some time to realize that like, without the belt, I can still do other things. I can still like be happy. And now that I've gotten to where I'm at, I'm more motivated than ever to get back in there and win the title. Because I know that either way, on the other side, I'm going to be all right. I'm like, it seems like he's got a good kind of mentality going into it. So,
That's a losing mindset.
really?
Yes. I think like when you're challenging, okay, so compare
No,
that
I
to
disagree.
Diego.
I heavily disagree.
No, let's compare that to Diego Lopez. He's never sniffed the belt. He's been working for like the past, what, 10, 15 years, be like, yeah, I'm going to be world champion one day. Like, that's his sole focus compared to, okay, I've had the belt. I know life is good without it. I'll be okay without that belt. I hear quit in that. Like, Diego Lopez is going to go in hungry as fuck.
I
That's
I
true.
don't really
That's
know. I
true.
feel like that mindset can be destructive for you. The one that's like, who am I without the belt, right?
I mean, yeah, so like, he's fine. It's like, have y'all seen, what was it? That one anime, it was about this Viking. The Vikings, I like. First season is crazy violent. They're fighting everybody. Second season, they find inner peace and they're not fighting at all. I feel like Volker's in that second season is like he has that inner peace that kind of kills your fight a little bit. I think he still wins the fight, but here in that mindset, I'm worried now. I see why it's
I
so
mean,
close.
I don't think it sounds like a mindset of like I'm not motivated to get the belt back, but more so of like I'm not attaching my purpose to being a champion. And I think that kind of mindset of like who like when it gets to a point where it's like I'm nothing without my championship status, I think is where it gets destructive. And I think that's where Volk was, but I think now he's kind of reached a equilibrium of sorts where he's kind of like he's found a balance with it. At least that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I do
fair.
think it's like a pretty valid mindset. Like to be like, okay, yes, I have my sense of purpose and identity without this championship belt. On the other side of it, when you have a guy that's like purely defined by the belt, that's his sole focus, and it's a fight. Like if I'm betting on him just on mindset alone, I want to do that's only focused on the one thing versus the other guy that's like, okay, I've had this, I'll be okay without it. It sounds like he's ready to give up on it, you know? Versus Diego Lopez, like you're gonna have to kill him to like beat him, essentially. With that mindset, I imagine he has now.
No, yeah. I mean, I can't read Volk's mind, but I definitely do think that Diego is going in there to get the championship. Like that's what he's 100% focused on. So,
There's
yeah,
Yeah.
that
it's
there's
going to
that
be a good fight.
there's that saying, hungry dogs run faster.
I've never heard
Um,
that.
I haven't either, but hell yeah, like
really, really. Well, I mean, I feel like it kind of applies to that a young mentality, that young fighter who's going for a title, like Diego, where it's like I feel like
yeah.
he's more
I think
hungry.
there's
He's the younger. He's gonna go in there, like you said. You're gonna have to kill him to get him out of that ring. I feel like for Volk though, I feel like I feel like the stars aligned because if Ilya had stayed in that division, he would have never got the belt back. I mean, it would have been very unlikely. Uh,
yeah.
and so I feel like he has to take advantage. I feel like he knows it too, where it's like, yeah, the stars aligned for me. I got to take it. And so I feel like he has some hunger too. I mean, I haven't seen that interview that Parker's talking about. I haven't seen it. But regardless, I feel like it's gonna be a really good fight.
I mean, yeah. So there's the stat that sticks out to me, worries me a little bit, is that no one over 35 has won a championship fight. I feel like or like reclaimed the belt. And Volk been knocked out twice in his last two fights, but still is like taking the time off to rest and recover. He's still like past that point, and I
He
feel like
is.
I've kind of seen it now. Like it was really the strongest example to me was watching Izzy kind of not push the pace enough in his last few fights, especially against the who are the Sean Strickland and Duplessis. It was just like he wasn't the same guy, and so I feel like Volk could kind of fall into that same rhythm. Like past 35, physically your testosterone's lower. I think we're seeing the consequences of it. Like Diego Lopez is going to come out hungry, but hopefully Volk can get over it and still get the belt.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be in his he's gonna have the home crowd, correct? Because this one's in Australia, correct? Or am I think it is, right?
Adam.
It's in
Oh, it's
Miami.
not.
That's right.
Miami.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't even
In
know.
Florida.
Well, I feel like he's still gonna be the. I feel like he's still gonna have the crowd on his side too, because I mean he's one of those fan favorites. Yeah, I mean if Volk does lose, if Diego gets it done, you said he falls into that stat, and I feel like retirement would be next if he loses.
Yeah, now I'm thinking, what does the division look like with Diego Lopez as champion? Because, like, he's beat Volk. Do you give Max a shot, even though he's kind of that lightweight, or, like, do you move on to, like, Evaya, or however you say his last name, just because he's an undefeated prospect? Like, I think he kind of excites the division a little bit if Lopez wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
someone new.
Volk's taking care of damn
Uh,
near everybody.
yeah, it could be a changing of an old guard. I mean, I feel like yeah, with Ilya going up to light and Max looking like he's going up to lightweight as well. I mean, it's definitely a new look for the division. Um, I feel like if Diego does gets it done, it might be a symbol of a new generation for the division.
It's a massive decline, but yeah, it'd be crazy.
Losing Ilya and Alex in the same year.
I'm excited though. It's, we just got to
We
get through this
need
fight.
that Ilya versus Islam announcement soon, bro. Like, just been waiting on it.
I feel
Islam's
like
scared.
what are the chances? Because I'm starting to think at this point, like, what are the chances they don't make that fight? Because it feels like they're being weird about it.
I
Is there?
think like the only thing is like Bilal beats JDM, and then it's Islam versus Bilal for the double championship. Then you get Ilya versus Charles for the vacant belt. That's
I don't think Islam wants to fight Bilal though, because they're like friends.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, so JDM wins and then do like he moves up. But I misspoke.
Mhm.
I just
But
I feel like for Islam, there's only two fights. It's either Ilya or it's Charles. Um, like it's one of those two. Like I don't think they're giving that title shot to anyone else.
Michael Chandler after he beats Patty.
Yeah, if he beats Patty, it's gonna be Islam versus versus Chandler.
Hey, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm down for a Michael Chandler light heavyweight championship
I
era.
don't care to see that man as champion. Like I feel like it's so undeserved. Like he doesn't have the skill. But
I want to see him get it and then lose it immediately.
he's the first. He's the champion
You
of the
got it
first round.
funny.
That's about it.
I just
Uh,
it's like it's one of those two fights that has to happen.
mhm.
And I feel like whoever doesn't get that fight, is probably gonna fight Arman. Um, but I feel like the fight to make is Ilya versus Islam, and I think there was an interview this past week or 2 weeks ago where they asked Ilya like what was next, and he said the UFC gave me their word that the next fight I would get would be for the title, and so at least in Ilya's mind, I mean he's getting the title shot. I think Islam wants him to get one more fight in, and so I feel like Dana and the UFC are kind of I feel like they're definitely thinking it through as to what's next for that division.
Yeah, I think Ilya's being kind of careful to not say Islam's name, like just kind of keeping it as like, yeah, my next fight is for the lightweight title. Like he
Mhm.
knows there's some more going on there, so I kind of do expect him to be fighting like either Charles or even could be Armin. Like that's a solid fight too.
It would be.
Undeserved. I mean, somewhat undeserved because the way he pulled out. So like Armin versus Ilya for the lightweight belt, Armin versus Charles. Either way,
I mean, if
big fight.
Armin wants to uh, prove himself as a serious contender, I feel like him versus Ilya would be a like if he wins that fight, that's a great win for a title shot.
I think it's just chin checked in that fight, but yeah, it would be a great win for his resume.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not as familiar with Arman's style enough to say. Like, I don't know if he would, if his game plan going in would be to like take Ilya down. Because I know he's got um, um, pretty good grappling and wrestling. Um, but I feel like it would be a solid fight.
I will say, I remember seeing Armin kind of losing on the feet against Charles. Like that's why the decision was split because like Armin had Charles on the ground mostly and was winning there, but like when it was standing up, he was getting pieced up a little bit.
Yeah,
So
and for him to be winning on the ground with Charles. Like that's no small feat.
Not at all. I mean,
So
he gave up a couple submissions. Like, he got saved by the bell, I think, in like the end of the second or third round or whatever. But
There's that
uh,
I think it was in the first round where he had him in the guillotine, I think.
yeah,
Uh, and the only I remember his shorts slipping down, and everyone was like, that's the reason he was able to get out because his slips were slipping off." Uh,
yeah,
and it might be true because I mean that hold was tight, and Arman was somehow able to get out of it. And I feel like against anyone else besides like maybe Arman and Islam, I feel like he gets that submission like 90% of the time. Like he gets the person to submit. Uh,
yeah. I mean, the submission, no joke. Like, he's the submission record holder for a reason. So we'll see.
Cool.
But regardless, so we always
Give him
been
the
talking
title
about
shot
lightweight.
next. The champ
Yeah,
has a name.
the people's champ. The
the Bronx.
champion has a name.
The champ has a name.
It's just the most exciting division. Like, everything else, just like it's kind of flat. Besides heavyweight, John Jones, Tom Aspinall, gotta fucking get that fight going. But I think I saw an interview. I think we talked about this last time. But Valentina and Zhang Weili, they should be fighting next. Or if
Yeah.
Valentina wins her next fight, they'll be making that one. That excites my soul. Because, like, if Valentina wins that one, she's already, like, second to Nunes all time. She beats Weili, we're starting some conversations.
I think that's
Yeah, that's
that's
the fight to
plausible.
make.
Yeah.
Especially if Valentina goes out and gets the win. Like there's nothing else for either one in their divisions.
They brought in another guy to try and take down our flyweight champion, Alexander Pantoja. We'll see how that goes. Just feel like he's too
Saw
dominant a
that.
champion.
Who would they
Because
bring in? Who would they
Yeah.
bring in?
there's another Asian dude. Hold on.
Yeah. I saw it. I guess I didn't really pay attention to it. Uh, but I did see someone mention it.
Kyoji Higoroshi. He's the champion of Risen, and
Mm.
he's vacating that belt to come fight in the UFC. I think they're going to do the same thing, give him straight to Pantoja, and let that man eat. Because there's
Another
nothing else
defense.
for him in the division. Like,
Yeah, was when Kaya Sakura came in, was he the champion? Did he vacate a belt?
Kai, Kai Asukara.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the champion in some other division. I think it wasn't Risen, but
Wasn't it
might have been
one?
Pride. Yeah, I think it was one. Pride doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. My bad. But yeah, so the bringing in these guys is trying to take out Pantoja, and he's gonna take care of him. Like, UFC does not want him as champion, and he just keeps winning.
We need a we need him versus Marab, especially if Marab gets the win against. I guess that's one of the fight announcements that were made was Marab versus Sean. A lot of people were
Yeah, what do you
seeing
guys
it
think
as
about that?
undeserving. Um,
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? That Sean getting a rematch?
It's kind of weak because
undeserved.
like that fight, it wasn't all that close to me.
It wasn't.
I don't remember it being super close, but I've heard people say if you go back and watch it, you'll see it was closer than you remember. So I think I need to go back and watch it.
I just remember and I remember that was the question that everyone was asking leading up to the fight was like, can Sean handle the grappling? Uh, Obviously he couldn't because I feel like Marab was able to control him pretty easily. Um, and so that's why I'm like I don't know why Sean got it. I mean, but if he beats Sean, which I if Marab beats him, which I think there's a good chance that he does. I feel like the discussion might be Marab versus Pantoja because I know a lot of people have been talking about that one. Uh,
Yeah,
that'd be a good
Yeah.
I
one.
think I remember that fight. Sean just couldn't get going on the feet.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I remember from watching it. And the first time I haven't rewatched it since, but it's like Marab kind of stuffed Sean striking just with his wrestling pressure, and that won him the fight. And I don't see Sean like having this massive upgrade in wrestling to stifle that. So it's like we'll see the same result. It's insanity.
Pressure demon, Marab Dvalishvili.
Like, you
I
gotta
feel like
Um,
stab a
the
lung just to stop.
I feel like the only chance that Sean has is to catch him out of nowhere, hit him with
Marab
something
has a chin
clean.
too.
He
Yeah,
does, he does. I feel
yeah.
like that's
like he's got it
that's his
caught clean
only
plenty of
shot.
times.
I'm looking at the bantamweight rankings here. I really don't know I really don't know who else they could have given the title shot to, um, other than maybe like Corey Sandhagen. I'm not aware of his fight history, but I mean, he's from what I know, he's a striker similar to Sean O'Malley. And I know a lot of people were talking about a potential matchup between Sean and Corey
Yeah.
stylistically. Um, but I feel like Piotr Jan, he got 50-45 by Merab. Umar just lost. Davis and Figueiredo, Piotr Jan beat him not too long ago. Um, and then I feel like the further down you go, it just makes less sense. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's the only available fight. Unless Murrow
yeah,
like would have fought Ilya,
yeah,
I would have been fun. But
Yeah, so
yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like if he beats Sean and then Pantoja beats this newcomer, if that fight gets made, or isn't he fighting Kai
who
or
is
France?
Fantosia?
He's supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was, bro. I think that was in the talks. I don't know if it was officially announced, but I feel like
Yeah,
if both of them win these next two fights, I know at least personally I'll be calling for that five. I'd be calling for Pantoja to kind of go up, but I feel like he could definitely give Merab a good fight.
yeah. I think it might actually. I wouldn't be surprised if he beat Marab because he has the ground game to like kind of match Marab's pressure. He also has the cardio to match Marab, so it'd be a phenomenal fight. Just like
Definitely.
no one else can beat Pantoja, so there's nothing else for him.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to that'd be a great one to make.
Yeah, we'll see. Super fight potential,
Yeah.
potential super fight. Um, uh, uh, the Kansas City event just got replaced. It was Jamal Hill. Now it's Khalil. It was Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree. Now it's Ian Gary, Carlos Prates. I think Ian Gary's gonna win. To be honest.
I think we kind of saw the blueprint to beat Ian Gary. Like against Shavkat, in 5 rounds, you get a lot of film in that fight. And for a fight nerd, film is all you want.
Yeah, true. I think Ian Gary is also one of Shavkat's toughest opponents as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I just think Ian Gary is he's it for I know he's got kind of a bad reputation, which kind of makes him a little bit underrated in terms of his skill. So I feel like that's getting overlooked now. Um, yeah, I think
He's a wag.
he probably wins. Huh?
Got no respect for the wags, bro. Like, that's deserved.
All right, bro. Okay.
I feel like I know when that announcement came out, I was definitely excited. It should be a good one. I'll side with the fighting nerds all the way.
Yeah. They
I
keep it
got
going.
Carlos Prates to win. But it should be good. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Gary wins. I feel like it's one of those
Uh,
ones that either one could win. Uh, definitely rooting
yeah, I mean,
for the fighting nerds, so
yeah, I was gonna say I'm definitely fighting Nurse fan. I want Carlos Prates to win, but I don't think he's going to. But we'll see.
I guess the only thing with that is Dude Bronx will probably be in Gary's corner. So Ian was trying to make himself a fan favorite, trying to get on the good side by
I
going
He's
was
like,
to
how do I
saying,
fix
Brazil.
my?
like,
He's like, how do I fix my reputation?
Like,
I
how do I
know.
fix it?
Let's get Charles Oliveira in my corner.
Let me call the people's champ.
but literally all of Ian's, like, his last 4 or 5 fights, they've all been pretty close. I think it's time we see that the losses start rolling in after
Mhm.
that Shavkat fight. If he was undefeated before it, now he's been figured out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I quick little section on custom shorts, just because going back to this past fight night with Moreno, which I think he has the coldest shorts in the game. I mean, those shorts are cool with the little Aztec like dragon on there. I feel like those are sweet. So in your guys' eye, who has the coolest shorts?
I think it was Pereira. Like, when
That's
I think
fair.
of custom shorts, his are the first that come to mind just because what all they mean. It feels symbolic as hell.
Hmm.
But
I was also gonna say Pereira, same kind of thing. Say custom
Right.
shorts. Instantly
there's
thinking.
also Izzy has some nice ones too. Back when he
Yeah,
was champion.
I feel like
But
Holloway's. I feel like
Oh
Holloway's
yeah,
cool too with the
those
yeah.
are
orange.
nice when they came out too.
Yeah, I feel like those are up there.
What was the other ones?
I feel like
Charles
Wade
also
Lee.
he has some great ones. Never mind.
I feel like Wade Lee has some cool ones. as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones they used for the spear were pretty sweet because they had like the little Aztec design as well, and every fighter was wearing them, I think. So I feel like that was pretty cool too.
I think that whole layout for the spear was just cool as fuck. Like watching it, I was like, damn, I want to be there. Like,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
Yeah,
cool
it's
feat.
kind of it's like dinner and a show with the giant screen in the back.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess unfortunate for us, it was a once in a
Never
lifetime
happened
event, I
again.
guess. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're never going back, man.
It'd be worth it.
No, it definitely would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, episode number 5, 6, 4. We only done 4 of these. All right, we gotta start doing
The gaps in between them are too long.
more. We gotta get consistent. Damn.
Taking
See,
too
I
many
think.
breaks.
See, I feel like the next one we're gonna do. I mean, I don't know if next week's fight night is big enough to discuss. I mean, because like we were
Mhm.
saying, it's like there's no big names. There's four
Maybe
undefeated
someone will
guys
make a
out there.
name, and then we'll show out. We get some crazy fight news.
Right.
Something will happen.
Ilya and Islam gets announced.
Hopefully,
Yeah, we can definitely talk
Special
about that. I
podcast
mean,
episode.
we are
emergency episode.
we are recording this later in the week, so um, if we don't decide to do an episode for that fight night, it'll still be a week until
That's true.
relatively a week until like the actual main event. So
Yeah. But yeah.
yeah, should be good.
Well, this has been the 4th episode. Then appreciate y'all watching. Like and subscribe. Shout out to
Hmm.
mom. But
Go Birds,
Fighting nerds as well.
the fighting nerds.
Word.
Alrighty.
All right. Hell yeah. Episode 4. Easy peasy. Appreciate you guys.
catch y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Awesome.